tonight's bout of the evening, a bantamweight contest with a weight limit of 53.52 kilos. 6 by 3 minute rounds. Please welcome into the blue corner, Petyanat of Manopchai Gym. Ladies and gentlemen, her opponent, fighting out the red corner, please welcome from Thailand, Phannaluk of Highland Gym. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a bantamweight contest for over 6 by 3 minute rounds. Weight limit 53.52 kilos. Tonight, fighting out of the blue corner where she's wearing blue trunks and a blue top. She weighed in at 53.4, 166 centimeters in height, 24 years of age, and hails locally from Thailand. With a fight record, 13 fights, 5 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, Petyanat of Manopchai Gym. Her opponent, ladies and gentlemen, weighed in at 53.2, 167 centimeters in height, 30 years of age, and also locally from Thailand. With an impressive fight record, 33 fights, 17 wins, 15 losses, 1 draw, 9 wins by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, wearing black with blue trim, Phannaluk of Highland Gym. Your referee for this contest, Madam Pakapon Songmani. Ladies to the center, thank you. Okay, ladies, once again, no kissing.
Okay, here we go. We move on to fight number 9. This is the women's bantamweight division and going to be contested over 6 2-minute rounds. We've got 2 fighters fighting here from Thailand. Phannaluk of Highland Gym in the red corner and Petyanat of Manopchai Gym in the blue.
Yeah, we've seen these 2 fighters several times in this ring. And of course, we've seen Phannaluk of Highland Gym in this ring several times before. She fights anyone, anywhere, at any time. A very, very tough fighter. Always marching you down. I've often compared her to Antonia Margarita. Just keeps walking you down and chopping you down like a tree. Nice right hand upstairs there. Body work coming in by Petyanat.
Yeah, Petyanat going to the body. Phannaluk has a slight height advantage here against Petyanat.
And, you know, we've mentioned before when we discussed these fights, Ali, Phannaluk tends to start a little bit slower and then starts to heat up as the fight gets going. So this, to me, is a more aggressive start we've seen in comparison. Nice jabs getting through. And tonight has been a battle of the jabs, but here we see Petyanat just shelling herself up. But, of course, she's got the legendary Siam Call in her corner watching over her. So I'm sure getting the best advice she needs.
Petyanat trying to club her way forward, missing with the left hook. Not phased up at all. Phannaluk just taking a couple little steps back, getting out of danger and readjusting herself into the clinch. We go, good uppercut there, goes through the guard for Petyanat.
And Petyanat really needs to take advantage of these moments inside the clinch. As soon as she's in between the elbows of Phannaluk, that's when the uppercuts to the body, to the chin, should really start coming over, or even looping over these right and left hands. But do not give your opponent any time to relax in a clinch.
Clock winds down now. We've got less than 10 seconds left in the round. And there you go. That's the end of round 1. It was quite a relaxed round compared to a lot of the first rounds that we've had in the previous fights.
Yeah, I would have called that one a little bit more strategic in terms of the other fights where we've seen a lot of people just treating their opponent like a nail, and they're the hammer, and they just want to put that nail into that piece of wood as quickly as possible. This one a little bit more of a chess game, a little bit more of a fencing match, and then we see Siam in the corner giving her some advice as well. But, you know, we've made it to the second round where it was quite an even first round between these two, Ali.
Yeah, it was almost like Phannaluk controlling the fight on the outside, whereas Petyanat wanted to try and fight her way in and get on the inside, get Phannaluk inside the clinch and land the uppercuts. I mean, we see it right there. Siam. What is it like having a fighter like Siam in your corner, Jimmy? How does that give you an advantage?
I mean, you're going to get the best advice. You got to remember, he's had over 100 fights himself all around the world, and he's also cornered hundreds, if not thousands of people. So if anybody knows everything about boxing, it's that man there. But of course, Phannaluk Highland Gym, training at one of the great gyms in Bangkok, Highland Gym. She's got a lot of experience as well. But here we are, Ali, round number 2. A lot of experience on her side.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sometimes experience does help, but even if you're less experienced, you just don't have all that experience where you just don't expect the unexpected, and you just want to get in there and try and make a name for yourself.
And that's the key, expecting the unexpected, trying to find out what your opponent can possibly do. If it's a rematch, you can prepare for it. When they're brand new, you don't have much to go by. However, these two fighters have had way more than 15 fights each. They know exactly what they could have studied before this fight. But I'd like to see Petyanat be a little bit more vicious with some of these shots, especially when, you know, Phannaluk is marching towards her. Just start sending those right hands over the top. And if you think about it, if Margarita is Phannaluk, then Petyanat has got to release her in a Miguel Cotto or Manny Pacquiao.
Petyanat coming forward still, using that jab to pry away into range, trying to pry away into the pocket. Just missing with the right hand to the body.
And we know Phannaluk's coming forward. We know her movement is going in straight line, but just absolutely hammering away at you to the body. Beautiful right hand downstairs by Phannaluk, and she finds it again, and she's just digging these shoveling shots right underneath the ribcage of Petyanat.
Yeah, Phannaluk, that was probably the hardest shot that she's landed so far in this fight. Able to throw that right hook to the body. There it is again.
Beautiful shot, right on the money there. And these shots after a time, Ali, just start to wear you down. And as we like to say, it's paying dividends for the later rounds because your gas tank is taken away from you. The punches have less zap and your legs just kind of go away from you. So great movement by Phannaluk here.
Phannaluk tying up Petyanat inside the clinch. Petyanat still working, going to the body. But Phannaluk going upstairs. Jab there from Phannaluk, double jab, and left hook to the body there from Petyanat. Petyanat landing that right hand just as the bell went, and we'll go into round 3 very shortly, but before that we will get the replays for you.
I mean, another round where you started to see where Phannaluk's experience and her aggression is just starting to take over this fight. I don't think Petyanat is doing enough to give Phannaluk anything to worry about. And if you don't give somebody a deterrent, they'll just keep taking something from you. So it's almost like fighting a high school bully. You've just got to throw something up there and try and stop them coming at you, because eventually Phannaluk can just walk with her hands down, march you down, crack you with the jab with her right hand. And as you can see, she's now starting to add these body shots. The great thing about a body shot is it's a big risk, but the reward really pays off. So as soon as Phannaluk is throwing that shot to the body, Petyanat needs to be looking for those counter shots.
I mean, that body shot as well, it's not something that you typically see, throwing body shots off your right hand or leading with it off your right hand. She's looping that right hook to the body very, very well, very accurately, Jimmy.
Yeah, and the reason we don't see it is because you often get countered. So that's what we're saying as well. You need someone to give you a deterrent. But here we are, Ellie, halfway through this fight already.
Double jab here from Phannaluk. And she throws multiple body shots to Petyanat, who's still shelling up, trying to walk her way forward.
And that was better from Petyanat, throwing that left hook upstairs, trying to glance so many shots. And again, she's doing well, but Phannaluk very, very wise to the plan of Petyanat. So these left hooks are definitely going to pay off. And the one thing about Siam and his gym, they're very good pressure fighters. When they get you on the ropes, that's where they come alive. And that's what Petyanat has to do. Push back on Phannaluk. Central ring is her weakness.
Yeah, Petyanat trying to use this high guard as a battering ram so she can just push through the punches of Phannaluk and land one of these clubbing left hooks. There's one right there.
And this is where she needs to be. Head on the chest of your opponent and just send these shots over the top. But Phannaluk really coming alive with these shots to the head and to the body as well as she starts digging in. But Petyanat turning this more into a dogfight, and that's what she needs to do. Do not try and outpunch a skillful boxer. Just smother them with shots.
Jab there from Phannaluk on the outside. Like you said, Phannaluk needs to stay in the center of the ring, and she's doing that right now, staying busy, throwing flurries of punches to the head of Petyanat. Petyanat backing off.
And we can see again, central ring is Phannaluk's favor. If she stays in the center ring, she's got more space and there's less danger around her. But as soon as Petyanat can just walk her down, put her on the ropes, put her into the corner, that's when she can start landing some more vicious short-range shots like that left hook there. Left hook to the body, working well for Petyanat, but it's just not enough.
Right hand there from Phannaluk, and she pushes Petyanat into her own corner.
Big right hands are getting through finally. She's found that range, and now we can see Phannaluk starting to let her hands go, starting to use those shoulder rolls, those elbow bars as we like to call them, but those right hands are landing strong right at the end of the bell. And we're going into the 4th round as we close this fight out. And this is the longest fight we have seen tonight so far, Ali.
Yeah, what a round it was. Kind of one-way traffic, really, from Phannaluk, just controlling the pace of the fight so well with her jab. Just able to keep on getting good hits on Petyanat. Varying the shots to the body and to the head. We saw the flurries there. Let's take a look at the replays right now. See Petyanat using, like I said, using that high guard to try and walk through the punches of Phannaluk so that she could get through the distance, get through the mid-range to land her own shots at close range.
Yeah, and we could see that, you know, I just think it's the experience here of Phannaluk that is winning this fight for her. She's just constantly marching down the shorter fighter and kind of knows that all I have to do is keep the pressure on and I'm not in much danger. Petyanat has had some moments where she's gone to the body, gone upstairs with these hooks, but it's too far in between. She's got to get busier.
Here we go, round 4 underway. This is the halfway point, and like Jimmy said, this is the furthest that we've been this afternoon so far. Let's see if one of these two can get a stoppage, though. Good right hand there from Phannaluk.
Yeah, Phannaluk was actually practicing that right hand in that previous round, seeing if it worked, and now she's starting to use it in the early start of the round. Exactly what she needs to do. You don't just want to play with your food, so to speak. You've got to try and finish your opponent sometimes, if you can.
Left hook to the body there from Petyanat. Right hand from Phannaluk, and she answers back with her own left hook to the body.
And we can see the circling of each other right now. Both fighters just trying to find these openings. And again, Petyanat goes for that left hook downstairs. But Phannaluk, every time Petyanat is actually throwing the right punch, Phannaluk is just one step ahead of her. She seems to just be outthinking her opponent at this point. So Petyanat has got to just bite down on that gum shield and really just get nice and deep and sloppy and just start throwing everything she's got.
Good right uppercut there from Phannaluk. Again, using that left hand just to keep Petyanat at bay. Right hand again from Phannaluk, and using the shoulder roll this time, getting a bit cocky and confident.
Beautiful shoulder roll there, used it perfectly. Glanced the punches off her elbows and shoulders, had that right hand held high. Just a really good boxing. A great right hand's getting through. These uppercuts are starting to show right now. And Phannaluk just throwing the most, you know, unorthodox shot from an orthodox position is that rear uppercut, but she's definitely had some success with it.
Yeah, firing these right hands like a missile and landing with sheer precision.
Yeah, I mean, absolute just great shots being landed so far. These right hands are constantly getting through, and that is just, you know, it's testament to Phannaluk's ring IQ and boxing IQ. She's very good at using her range, and she's smiling. She's having a good time in there, but credit to Petyanat. She's staying in this fight, and she's still dangerous.
Oh, right hand lands there for Phannaluk to end the 4th round. What a round that was, but again, still very one-sided for Phannaluk. We still have potentially 2 more rounds to go.
And there we see those sneaky left hands just getting underneath the rib cage here. And these are the shots that are just slowing your opponent down. But look, Petyanat had moments here. She digs down and she throws that left hook that actually tricked Phannaluk and got her to the body. But this is where she needs to also come upstairs, tap the body, and then go upstairs with a hard shot, or vice versa, the Mickey Ward special. You tap him with a left hook upstairs and you dig him down deep with a left hook downstairs as well. But Phannaluk right now, to me, is just dominating this fight, and Petyanat's now got a question. Am I trying to win this fight, or am I trying to survive in this fight?
Well, we've seen it all in boxing, Jimmy, so we know it's full of surprises, so we can't write Petyanat off right now, but Phannaluk definitely has the huge advantage here coming into this 5th round.
And that's the beauty of boxing. We just don't know what's about to happen next, but here we are, Ali. 5th round, scheduled for 6. And of course, we've still got 3 more fights after this one.
Jab here from Petyanat to get things going. Like you said, Petyanat needs to try and make sure that she can just push off. Phannaluk, make sure she can't control the center ring. Good right hand there from Petyanat.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, you know, Petyanat is in survival mode of, I'm trying to survive these rounds, but am I trying to win these rounds? Phannaluk just digging down to the body, going upstairs, and that beautiful Muay Thai style lean back away from the right hook. You rarely see that in professional boxing, fighters just leaning back like that. So great stuff from Phannaluk to really just integrate the Muay Thai style as well.
Yeah, Phannaluk with experience in Muay Thai. That's one of the ways to evade a body kick, but Phannaluk using it as a transferable skill in Western boxing. But Phannaluk just still lowered decreased her work rate here in this 5th round, but still staying relevant. Just touching the gloves, touching, and not landing with too much power, just making sure that she's still landing shots and staying active.
And as you mentioned in the previous fight, Ali, it's staying active in the fight whilst not really exerting too much energy, staying relevant in the fight, winning the round without really giving up too much. And that's what we're seeing with Phannaluk. Great counter right hand there, and it stuns Petyanat ever so slightly. And it's now just the tap-tap power coming out from Phannaluk.
And it's almost just using those shots just to, like you said, tap, and then throw the hard, heavy shot down the middle. Shoulder roll again there from Phannaluk.
It's the false sense of security. Think that your opponent is not going to throw anything harder after these soft shots, and then you disguise it with a smoke screen, and then you send these big shots through. Big right hand over the top as well, gets through the guard, and she starts peppering her opponent in the final moments of this round, and that is the end of round 5. We're going into a 6th and final round.
Yeah, this is the first time we've gone to the final round of any of our bouts this afternoon. We've had so much action, and this is a real clash of styles here. And if anything, Petyanat losing out on experience to Phannaluk, Phannaluk has 28 fights in her record, whereas Petyanat has 13. So big learning lesson here. I mean, like they say, the only way to get smarter is to fight a smarter opponent.
Yeah, great round for both of these fighters. I mean, to me, Petyanat had a better round in that previous round as well. She did well actually digging to the body, going upstairs, being menacing with the hooks. But again, Phannaluk just stays nice and focused and keeps the work rate up. A good work rate is a good defense. So offense is a good defense here for this Thai fighter, Phannaluk. But round number 6, Ali, 6th and final round. And we've got 3 more after this one.
Yeah, just Phannaluk just using her jab. Good pivot there for Phannaluk. Stepping off the center line, but still staying in the center of the ring. Missing with the right uppercut there. The right uppercut's been such a key shot for her. Been able to sling it through the middle, cut through the guard of Petyanat.
And this could be the most dangerous round for Phannaluk because Petyanat has to win with a knockout. She has to put her opponent down to win this fight on my unofficial scorecard. She's got to do something spectacular. But with the way Phannaluk is just controlling the ring, controlling the range, it's very hard to see that Phannaluk is not victorious after this fight.
Right hand goes through the middle there for Phannaluk. Doubling up with the jab, missing with the right uppercut. Petyanat stepping back, but then now she's pushing forward. Good high guard there from Petyanat.
As she starts to walk away, beautiful rear uppercut, a step back uppercut. What a fantastic shot. She's getting these shots in clean. I mean, credit to Petyanat. She's taken so many big shots, and not once has she given up. She's still marching forward. She's doing everything she can to still try and win this fight, but I think tonight is just Phannaluk's night.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. There's a jab there from Phannaluk. Still pushing forward here. See that right uppercut and left hook. Textbook shot to land, or combo to land when you're in short range. Left hook here from Petyanat, trying to push Phannaluk off.
And even in the corner, you can just see she's having a good time with it. She's enjoying the action, getting underneath these shots. Both fighters putting on a real chess match here. In comparison to the fights we've seen previously, this is our longest fight, but we've seen so much technical boxing. Great right hand for right hand. Final seconds of the 6th and final round.
Yeah, let's see what kind of finish we can get here from these two. And there goes the bell to end the 6th and final round. Great show of sportsmanship from both boxers. And we are going to the judges' scorecards for the first time on the show this afternoon. But what a fight that was. Two fighters that really clashed stylistically.
Yeah, a really interesting fight because you've got that big, tall, empowering Phannaluk taking on the very feisty Petyanat. But I just think Phannaluk has just been in that ring more than 30 times professionally, where she was just able to just really dictate the movement of her opponent. But let's go to the man with the golden suit with the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, the judges scored it as follows. Judge Werwolf scored it 99-55. Judge Tannen 59-55. Carlos Costa 60-54. A win, ladies and gentlemen, to the red corner, Bantamweight Highland